There's a disturbing video, with a police officer in Jamaica. I don't want to get into too much of the details. Yes, in somewhat ways it is disturbing because of the mere fact that you have a police officer in his uniform doing some things that, let's just clear this up. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing. There's absolutely nothing wrong. It is something that people do all the time. I don't know if this police officer have children. There's many factors about this situation. I don't think people care that much about what he's doing because many people are doing that same thing behind closed doors. The fact that he's in uniform, either he was possibly on duty. Why would you have your uniform on doing something like that? I mean, it just makes no sense. Saw a ring, and like I said, I was watching the video, but I just decided to not go too far in it. That was stupid and irresponsible on the officer's part because I don't know if he was drunk, high on something.
I seriously hope that he, would come back from that, You just never know. With all due respect, this is where I feel some type of way is the fact that you are married. You are married, and you have a ring on your finger, and you're doing something like that. This is not with your wife. This is with some side chick, it looks like. Sorry for the family. Women are losing their lives all over the place for, by men who are either jealous or whatever. And, the fact that it was on this gal's phone and nobody knows if she posted it or somebody saw it, took her phone and I don't know. Nobody knows. So we just have to hope and pray that he's sane and not do anything stupid. And a lot of people out there, like bashing the guy. And to be honest, if it should turn night into day, you would be shocked. A lot of these guys, Rasta man, bald man, everybody are doing them business and I handle them business. You understand? Like I said, I'm not going into details in any one of, I can't go into details on this platform, even though it's a private situation, delicate situation, but, reprimand at some point, but not necessarily lost the job. It's very sad. I think we all as people should be our brother's keeper and not be the one to tear down our brothers and sisters. And we have to think about it too, I notice us black people, we're not for each other, and that's what messing up the whole
culture and everything because we're not for each other.
We're not our brother's keeper, and which is very, very sad. You think black people would be uplifting and building and motivating and but it's anything they can do to tear you down. That's exactly what they do, and it's tough. Yeah, I'm not condoning his behavior, definitely not. That's not what I'm saying. He should remember that I'm wearing a police uniform and it should be respected. You hold that up to high regards. He's a deacon. I read it somewhere where, it says that he's a deacon, and married. We all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. We're not perfect. Definitely not. Nowhere, form, shape. And then we, like I said, we're not perfect. And then again, we have to remember that social media is the worst place ever. When people are ready to promote all the negative things, they find all the negative things in the world to promote these days. People can end up losing their life because of this. And so you have to, when people are doing these things, they're just doing it for the likes and the clicks and the this and the that. But at the end of the day, they're not really looking at the repercussion. What is behind closed door? Leave it there. The police officer also knows the consequences too, to take video. You know the consequences when you're taking video. That it's not safe, especially if it's not in your hands. Disgrace to him and the wife, the family. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Very tough. It's tough, but at the same time, a lot of people, who are passing judgment on the man, they need to get over themselves because, like I said before, my sympathy go out to the wife and the children if he has any, But at the same time, don't sit there and act like what he was doing is not something that people, grown folks do. That's what grown people do. The only part in it where that a lot of us feel some type of way about is the fact that he's married and kids and he's a deacon and he's a police officer and he was doing his action in his uniform and all that stuff, and we're not condoning that at all. Never. Not one bit. I just hope that he doesn't lose his job. Some disciplinary, action like suspension and, and stuff like that. Some other reprimand, however they choose to reprimand him. But I don't think he needs to lose his job for that. And a lot of ladies out there are jumping on his side because, I mean, based on where the other ladies them I see out there, brother, them I said, so brother look like him, know how to use for him, angle for him business, So at the end of the day, the man look like him very talented, and a lot of the ladies them out there, them is something that them like, the freaky one them. A lot of the people them on Facebook and wherever bash the man, them are the worst. I just forgot to get catch yet, them are the worst. And I do all sometime, I'll probably run a back there and gone there too. You understand me? So at the end of the day, nothing's wrong with what he's doing. It's just that he just get caught in a uniform. And he just gone to the wrong people and they're on social media. Yeah. You man, we have to be careful of who we are make video with and the things what we are do and why the reasons for the video in. Like seriously, we don't need no video around here. You don't need that. But that's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. I don't think he did anything wrong. I mean, I condone what he's doing, his actions. Yes, you're a married man, you're a deacon. Yes, you need to take that serious. But away from what he was doing, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel freak level of freakiness. You have some freakier people out there, but this is his level of freakiness, brother. So at the end of the day, me can't frown upon that. Nope. The other thing we have to look into it too, is the fact that he's doing it to a woman. It's not least, it's not a man. It's not a man him up there do, cause you have some people right now, them bright up with them things, man. Them, when me say bright up with them things because people not hide and do nothing again, no. Back in the days, people used to hide and do them things. So people not hide and do nothing nowadays. They might bring you out in the public. So I tape it because we all know, we know, say, once people get mad at each other, then get back at you when things are not in their favor. When things not in their favor, then get back on you, and disgrace you, disrespect you, they hit you where it hurts the most. He knew that he was being taped, but I guess maybe he was in cloud 10, somewhere, and him just didn't care. Like I said, it looked like to me he went high. Looked like he went drunk or he went a drink sitting, so he high, and maybe that just make him then a cloud 10, somewhere up there. I don't know. It's perfectly fine for them to go out there and cheat and do whatever they want, but if the woman go out there and do it, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. The woman is now becomes all kinds of name in the book. They will call the woman. Also, their friends and other people in the community, look at the woman as whatever name they want to call them. So it shouldn't be okay for a man to go out there and do for himself like that. And when if and when the woman decided to go out there and do that, then the man turn around and either hurt the woman or something bad happen because I'm not talking in circles here. I'm just trying to, get people to look at the difference. When a woman go out there and mess up for herself and I get caught doing something like that, she gets all the name in the book. But when a man do it, it's hush hush. Other man out there go say Ray this and that, but I truly not get caught yet. But what's in the dark, it must come to light one day. But it is what it is, and we just move on from it. Hopefully everybody learn a lesson, and don't video stuff like that. If you have a wife, stick to your wife. You make a vow to a woman. You make the decision to take a woman to the altar, and you make a promise, to let those part. You can't do stuff like that. You can't disrespect your wife, your kids, the family. Husband left them wife, and how many wives leave their husband because of all these cheating crap. If you can't settle down with one woman, then don't get married. Don't get married. And don't get married and expect the woman to sit at home and be the nice little wife that you married, and you go out and mess up yourself, and it doesn't work like that either. That's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. People are jump up and say, "Oh, I'm trying to believe that's what I want and disrespect him." No, it's me not do them something there. Me not do them something there. No, fire burn pan them thing. The fire burn. No, me not look upon it that way. There, I look at it as it's a thing that people do. Grown folks do stuff like that. But where he wrong because he's a married man. He's a deacon, and respect is respect. Respect is respect, and you gotta respect the fact that, kids, wife, church. You disrespect your church too. I forgot that. You disrespect the church. All the sister so and so knows you as a deacon, and now you're getting caught in these kind of activity. Oh child, oh child, that's a whole different ball game because I forgot about the church part. You see, because clearly he knew that he was being videoed. The gal was videoing. Clearly, it seems to me like he was enjoying himself. Clearly, he knew that he is putting himself in a situation like that. Clearly, he knows that he's a married man. Clearly, he knows that he's a father. Clearly, he knows that he's a deacon in a church. So clearly, he knows all that. He knows. Clearly, he knew he probably was up in cloud 10. He knew. Or maybe a different cloud, I don't know. But seriously, that is not something that people should, out there bashing the man and carrying on and make it and gloat over it and make it seems like, that's not something that you gloat over. That's not something to be bashing anybody about. I mean, that's it, no. We all understand the circumstances, but that is not something that you bash somebody and ready for pass down judgment and ready for criticize and just gloat. That's knows who put out the video. The gal said it wasn't her. Nobody knows how it got out there, but it sure did got out there. On a personal note, I don't support these type of behavior, but I do think that if we as a people, as a country,
would put out this kind of energy towards the murderers and the crap them where happened in Jamaica, things would be better today. Because you know why? We are so quick to jump on things like this and put it out there and propaganda and all the things, but when it comes on to the other things that's happening in Jamaica, we're not on that.
So if we have this kind of energy towards the stuff that's the crime rate, that's the crime that's happening in Jamaica right now versus this negative stuff here. Not that I'm supporting this kind of behavior, because I'm not. But this is just my 2 cents on the whole thing. It brings down the credibility of the person who put out the video. Because clearly he was having a private moment. Whether he was in his uniform, yes or no. He was having a private moment. That's him and the woman's business. If you want to eat vegetable or meat, or why want he eat at a film business, a film preference, that's his preference. So whatever vegetable while wearing uniform, I feel business that. The only thing that we never condone around here is the fact that he's deacon and married and all them something there, them is something that is a whole different ball game. You need to take that serious because you is a married man. But I think it's very wrong for people to cast all police officers as one. They're not one. Him or him. The rest of police them, the rest of police them. And all of them do that. Some of them no go that way there. Some of them don't have the level of freakiness there. This brother now seems like he have a level of freakiness where him wife don't know about. That's a different story. Yes, that's a level of freakiness when wife don't know about it look like. But anyway, on this note, I'll end the story. That was my 2 cents of what's going on. And like I said, this is not my topic that I talk about, but I just wanted to voice my opinion on the situation. And I pray and hope that everything settle down and everybody find common ground in this situation. All right.